So, welcome to another episode of Ask Yuri. This is where I'm answering all your questions, at least obviously one at a time, one per video. I don't want to take up too much of your day. But again, you can always refer back to all these other videos that I have up on YouTube and other video sites and my blogs and all this good stuff. If you have any questions, by all means, I do my best to answer all of them. So post away anywhere you are on the blogs or on YouTube, anywhere. I'll do my best to answer you back through these videos. Today, I got a question from Clara, who's 15 years old, and I'm just going to read kind of, a little synopsis of what she wrote here. Yuri, I have a very weird body, I would say. I don't have any belly fat really, small waist. However, I have major love handles, especially viewing me from behind, they are larger. My thighs aren't that great either, but they're not as bad. I don't want to seem like I'm making excuses because I don't think I exercise enough and eat right at all the time. But I have an underactive thyroid and anemia. Anemia obviously is low energy, low iron counts and whatnot. And obviously one of the major symptoms of having an underactive thyroid is predisposition to gaining weight. So she's on medication for them. She's so sick of having love handles. I honestly think she thinks about them 24/7, and she can't find any clothing that really looks good on her. And that's obviously not a good feeling. Summer's around the corner. She wants to look good for the summer, and she's looking for some advice. Well, Claire, I really feel for you. If you're watching this video, I feel for you because it's not fun. It's you want to obviously feel comfortable with your body, and you want to be able to wear clothing that you want to wear and feel good about yourself. And the first thing I would recommend is that you really start to work on. It takes a bit of time, obviously, because you're young. Is working on the psychology and really appreciating the body that you do have and loving yourself already. Because when you can do that, you can already start to make better steps in the right direction. If you hate yourself and you don't like the way you look, that's a very disempowering and negative way to somehow muster up the energy and motivation to make positive changes. So you want to be, I know it's tough, but you want to be a little bit more positive with just being grateful for what you have and who you are. And that'll really put you in a good mind frame or in a mindset to help you move forward. So that's really my first recommendation. Other than that, obviously she makes note of the fact that she doesn't exercise enough. I'm not even sure what that means here. I don't know if that's once a week or never, or I'm not sure what she defines as not enough. And she doesn't eat right all the time. She has an underactive thyroid. So I'm just going to give you a couple recommendations for an underactive thyroid. It's sad to see teenagers already being diagnosed with underactive thyroids and on medication for it. So from a dietary perspective, you want to eat a lot more sea vegetables in, right? Seaweeds, kelp, dulse, anything with iodine in it, right? And pretty much your sea vegetables are going to be your biggest source of iodine. So those will be of really good value to helping the thyroid condition. You also want to look at maybe adding in 1 to 2 Brazil nuts a day. They're very, very high in selenium, and selenium is a very important mineral for the thyroid gland as well. Selenium and iodine-rich foods, that's what you're after for thyroid function. Exercise obviously is very, very important. If you want to lose the love handles, and it seems like I talk about this a lot, and that's why I put together my abs course. Again, it's totally free. Just go to myfitteryou.com/abs. It's 17 video lessons where I teach you about how to lose belly fat and obviously lose love handles. Love handles, again, we've talked about this, is you can't spot reduce, right? So you can't necessarily just get rid of the love handles, but you have to engage in an exercise and eating patterns that will basically burn as much body fat as possible. And as a result, your love handles will go. Now, generally in women, love handles will tend to go a little bit quicker than in men, just because women tend to store most of their body fat in and around their hips and thighs. Men tend to store more in the abdominal region. So when you're losing weight, you're going to lose weight up here first. You're going to lose fat in the chin, neck area, upper torso, and then it's going to start to kind of come off that abdominal section. So it takes work, and I'm not going to lie to you, it takes a lot of work. It doesn't happen overnight. You have to be committed. And that's why I talk about having a positive mindset and being motivated to working towards this goal, because you have to understand that it doesn't happen in a week. It doesn't happen in 2 weeks. In some cases, it doesn't happen for 2 months, depending on where you are. So be realistic as to, okay, well, here's where I am and this is what I need to do. And basically what you need to do is you need to be using full body exercise, right? So not bicep curls, but exercises that engage all of your body. So for instance, squat presses, big movements that get the legs involved, the upper body involved, and that get your heart rate going. I mean, if you're doing an exercise, if you're working out and you are having a tough time breathing, that's a good indication, that's a good intensity. So you want to be huffing and puffing, you want to get all the muscles working using heavier weights. Yes, women, heavier weights, lower repetitions. Don't worry, you're not going to bulk up. You're going to boost your metabolic rate because you're building lean muscle. And that's going to help you burn fat in the long run. So that's really the key, is this high intensity full body exercise. Also from a cardio perspective, don't spend hours on the cardio machines, on the elliptical, talking on the cell phone, reading a magazine. It's not what you want to be doing. You want to be doing shorter bursts of high intensity or interval training, right? So if you're on the treadmill, for instance, this could be a sprint, jog, tons of different interval protocols that you can follow. A very simple one is 30 seconds hard, 1 minute recovery, 30 seconds hard, 1 minute recovery. You keep doing that for 15, 20 minutes, you're going to feel it. And that's what you want to do. You want to be spending more time near maximum intensity. So again, when it comes to losing, the love handles, be realistic. It's going to take some time. Be committed to working hard, and a clean diet is essential. If you're already carrying a lot of fat, you really got to take out a lot of the garbage, taking out the refined sugars, anything white bread, white pasta, milk. Yes, white milk, dairy, get rid of it. You want to be really incorporating foods that energize your body and give you a lot of nutrient bang for their buck. So plenty of plant-based foods, lots of veggies, fruit, high antioxidant foods. You basically want to, when it comes to losing weight, you want to eat for health. If you eat for a healthy lifestyle or a healthy life, you're going to lose weight. It's very tough to eat a plant-based diet and put on a lot of weight, unless you're eating a lot of bread and pastas and not a lot of the good vegetables. So that's the key, right? It's good foods, high intensity exercise, positive mindset, and a determination to sticking with it and realizing that it's not going to take a week. It could take a couple months, and that's totally fine. You just have to be determined to doing that because it's a lifestyle thing. It's not something you do for a couple months and then go back to the way you were before. It's a change in the way you live. And when you do that, you're going to change your body. So Clara and everyone else who has this question, I hope that answers your question about how to get rid of the love handles. And that's all from me today. So join me in the next time, or the next video, about our Ask Yuri segments here. And in the meantime, post your questions away. I will do my best to answer every single one of them.